Fret no longer, my children. We have returned. I know it's been a while, but guess what? That just means you get double the amount of discussion tonight. With only one host to keep this ship afloat, that host's name, Isabel Weissman, and the ship, the Oneonta Movie Show. All right, we've got a lot to get to, so let's introduce ourselves for our movie show goers and get ourselves going. First up, he's one of 27 grand elders in the realm of movie madness, Chris Turnbull.
That's only because I killed the other 26. Welcome to the Oneonta Movie Show, guys. Had a great St. Patrick's Day weekend, saw a bunch of great movies, and we're going to talk about a couple of them on the show today.
Next to him is the true believer of all that is Michael Bay, Mike Pappas.
Finally, the company I've wanted to sponsor my whole life has come true. Screw Mountain Dew and Jim Beam Honey. Welcome, Coca-Cola.
Also with us once again is the man who's not entirely sure what a demographic is or how they work. It's Matt Birkland.
Hello there. Oh my, we're going to have a good show today. Hit him with the high.
And finally, right out of Treasure Island, it's Tom Capone.
That's right, all the treasure that was ever anywhere is now mine. I'm gonna go buy a boat. I'm gonna go have fun. Bye.
Now that we've got that out of the way, Matt, I believe you have some box office numbers you wanted to share with us, right?
Yeah. I would like to apologize to the American public and to all who have been watching. I was very wrong about my box office predictions for the last couple of weeks. I was led to believe that Logan would be the #1 box office breakthrough this year, but instead Beauty and the Beast toppled over with 180 million worldwide, and while Logan only made 88 million domestically. So
Yeah,
I apologize. So let it come. I will
yes, you were wrong, but I think it's fair to say that I think Beauty and the Beast was bigger than we ever thought it was going to be.
For me personally, I personally thought Beauty and the Beast was coming around 120, 130 million, so cracking 100 million was a definite just because of how popular not only the original movie is, but the property as a whole is. But to have a hit over 170 be the highest opening in March now, it's just insane.
It really is.
I mean, it literally made more in one weekend than a majority of movies made in their entire lifetimes.
Yeah, well,
it was well casted too. I mean, you got Emmett Roberts, Dan Stevens, Luke Evans.
Just to correct you, Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Oh, Emma Watson. I apologize.
I mean, we also got to remember it's
Emma Roberts. I can't.
Beauty and the Beast is considered, at least from their cohesive stories, it's usually considered like the best Disney movie ever made.
Yeah, I mean, it almost nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, and
right.
so not only
the
are
first
you,
one.
so,
First one.
So not only are you bringing in a bunch of little kids who probably haven't even seen the first one, you're bringing in all the adults who saw it as children. So you got the nostalgia value there too, which the original didn't have because that was a new story to a lot of people.
I had too much faith in Hugh Jackman. My only fault was believing in Hugh Jackman too much.
Well, all that being said, doesn't take anything away from Logan.
Logan did incredible.
Doing fantastic.
An R-rated movie getting like 80 million on its opening weekend.
The R-rated movie starring the Wolverine wearing a tank top and jeans, running around slashing people.
88 million for a Wolverine movie in March. I think Logan's at like 530 globally now. That's just insane.
Overall, I think both movies did really, really well.
Yeah, and I think we'll
expected,
get a little more into it as we move on. Isabel?
Well, Matt, it was a valiant and bold prediction that had zero ground to stand on, but by golly gosh, I respect the effort. When we come back, we get right into the meat of this week's movie talk. Reviews, stay tuned.
our neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
Okay, we talked about the money they made. Now let's talk about the movies themselves. I heard there were a couple big ones that came out recently, so I don't think you guys will be lacking in topics. God help me, I hope not at least. Chris, why don't you start us off?
Well, so a little movie called Logan came out a little while ago. It came out a couple weeks ago, so we're a little bit late to it, but I get we've all seen this, so let's talk about that first.
Oh man, I saw it. You know, I went in with not as much high expectations because I tend to do that and often be disappointed, but you know, I did keep my expectations at a solid ground.
I never go into
so going into it, I was enjoying every minute of what was happening so far.
It's crazy how Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart have been these characters now for 17 years. To have them now be at this point with these characters, where it's hard to imagine almost anyone else as Wolverine.
Right.
But just the movie as a whole, it's amazing how they able to take the Old Man Logan storyline and adapt it into today's modern day.
And I, as a comics fan, I was reading the Old Man Logan. I got myself prepared, reading the old story, and like, here's the big difference that really shocked me because I had I didn't have a lot of expectations for this. Like, I went in like blindsided to it. Like, I didn't go in with any expectations. But here's the thing: in the comics, Logan was so like messed up from like his experiences of how the world changed. Like, he wouldn't even pop his claws. In the first opening scene, he's got like Latino robbers trying to steal his car. All of a sudden, he's gashing and slashing at everyone in the.
Yeah, I think the opening scene really sets up just how violent it's going to be because it sets the tone for just everything.
It shows that this is the Wolverine we've all been wanting for, a more bloody, violent Wolverine. That can't show blood with the PG-13. They can show the blood.
And what about the little girl who played Laura?
Daphne Keane.
Yeah,
she was fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
She was.
Especially with such minimal lines.
Right. Yep.
That just shows you too, like characters could really excel like without so much of dialogue. Like it's just facial. It could be like facial expressions, body language, all that.
Now, I think for this film we have to give a little credit to Deadpool because without Deadpool, this movie probably didn't exist as it is. Because this movie was directed by James Mangold.
James Mangold.
Mangold.
Who also did
the Wolverine, which was the one in Japan last time. Which I liked, but the third act was not very good. But that was a studio-mandated ending.
Right.
So, and when this movie came out, they basically said, "Hey, we're going to bring you back as director, and you can do whatever you want." And it really benefited the movie to a great degree.
It almost like with this one, Fox stepped back and went, "Hey, do what you want to do. We're going to set you at the very end of everything.
Exactly.
So you don't have to worry about connecting to anything else."
Because Fox knows it's going to be a big blockbuster no matter what. I mean, this is Hugh Jackman's last Wolverine movie, so you're going to expect big things.
I have to wonder though, where does X-Men go after this? Because this seems. After I watched it, I'm like, that is the end of X-Men. That is the definitive ending. Like,
there are rumors circulating that there will be a TV show, and they're going to start moving into like.
But when I see this,
plus also everything else is set in the past.
That's true, but when I see this like sort of like gritty, more down to earth version with characters that seem more realistic and relatable, I go back to seeing things like X-Men Apocalypse. And what Bryan Singer's doing with what's going to be continuing, and I'm like, I kind of don't want that.
But I feel like Fox has learned a lesson. No, they're not going to give us we have to have a big epic climax like in Apocalypse. You want these more character-centric movies like Wolverine and Deadpool. They don't have to be rated R, but more character-centric. I think when they get with new mutants, I know they are planning on making. We're going to see them stretch out into more of these little
they're going to
pockets.
focus less on the team itself and focus more on the characters specifically.
Yeah, I mean, of course, X-23
and then
is
maybe
definitely
bring them
gearing
together.
up for her own solo films. That was definitely like a test pilot for her, this movie.
Like I said, as a comics fan, I've seen it, and right now she's the current Wolverine in the comics, so we'll probably see that migrate to the movies soon enough.
They are kind of going to divide it out, like sit in these X-Men's gonna be in kind of his pocket with like New Mutants, and you have Deadpool and X-Force and Cable,
Yep.
all them in their own little pocket, all rated universe.
Yeah.
All right, so I think overall thoughts on Logan are go see it.
Excellent. Yes.
Excellent.
If
Go
you
and see
haven't
it.
seen it by now, go.
I mean,
Let's go right now.
So what else did we see? I saw Get Out. I don't know.
Right.
Get Out was great. It's the first time director Jordan Peele doing this, normally known for more comedy. We're from Key and Peele, Keanu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
he
definitely
kept-
was some comedy in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
I
Out,
was gonna
but-
say he kept that in the movie, but like alongside, he put on some like real amazing horror elements.
I never
to
got
it.
like I said, I never got around to it, but from what I saw, it was like, this is kind of a racist movie in a sense.
Well, it is. I mean, we don't want to give
like,
anything
I'm a
away. We
little
don't want to give
scared.
anything away, of course, but
Or a little, I don't know whether to be offended or.
it's a movie that's supposed to be obviously like political, social commentary.
Right.
It is, yeah. Which the movie handles very well. I don't feel at any point the movie hits you over the head with anything like some other movies do. It lets you hear this is a little message. We're gonna lay it underneath everything else. We're gonna keep you hooked in with these horror elements and these great performances and the little humor and satire that he puts in there. Not only pokes fun at horror movies.
Right.
Yep. And this was a movie. It's like I'm gonna make you feel as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of scenes in that they feel like a lot of the characters in this feel like normal human beings, but they're just something a little off. And then it develops more as the movie goes on.
Yeah, which is that again, that's something I feel like he layers so brilliantly throughout. Just these little hints. There's little moments like what, but then something else happens. Oh, okay, and you kind of look past it.
I could kind of see a Key and Peele sketch where Key's standing there as a director, or Peele is there as a director, and he just comes out you're right. He's trying to say it's a right. Well, it would be funny if it were a sketch.
I mean, it honestly feels like a Key and Peele sketch, except they took out more comedy elements and put in more serious stuff.
Elements, yeah.
But it was gorgeous to look at. It had some really haunting, beautiful imagery in it.
Right.
And for a directorial debut, this was an incredible film, I think.
Yeah. Yes, to come out with this film. I'm super excited to see whatever he does.
Apparently he's going to be doing a lot more social commentary movies. I'm
Good.
Just give him all the money in the world.
Good.
Just let him do whatever he wants.
I'm excited for that too. He blew my mind with this movie. I like him as a director. He's becoming one of my favorites now.
I heard the cast was doing pretty well too, but I was reading a few articles about them, and apparently Samuel L. Jackson had a few choice words about the main lead. I don't know if you guys read anything about that.
I think I did hear about that.
Yeah, he was a little ticked off that it was a British American or British African.
Well, I mean,
instead of an
I don't really think it
African-American.
matters who the actor was, as long as he could, portray his part well.
Exactly.
And he did. He portrayed his part very well.
He played it great. I mean, forget the acting name, but I've seen him in Black Mirror, and he was great in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even tell he was British unless you saw him in other stuff.
No, yeah.
But yeah, overall, great movie.
So also I saw Kong Skull Island.
Yep, Kong.
As a Godzilla and a King Kong fan, I had tons of fun with it.
Yeah, it was very good. I thought.
I have a quick question. How is the characters though? Because
Bad.
Okay,
Bad. But from
I liked John C. Riley's
John-
character.
yeah, John C. Reilly
is probably the
I think
one
he
funny
stole the
thing
show.
about
He
it.
did. He stole the show in this movie.
Oddly enough, he was the one I was most worried about going, and I was worried based on
Yeah, he
trailers.
was
Like, it'd be like, oh, it's gonna be this weird side character. It's not gonna be that funny. It's gonna be kind of like, oh, why are they doing this? But every time he was on screen, I was like, oh wow, I'm back.
I thought
He
John
was the most interesting out of everyone else.
The only other guy I thought that was really good in that was John Goodman, in a sense. He was okay.
I mean, it's weird to you say that because the cast is stacked. Like everyone is in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they don't apparently make as much an impression as you say.
Like you have Brie Larson in this, who recently won an Oscar. She's sleepwalking through this movie.
Tom Hiddleston is in it.
Tom Hiddleston, he's great. He's great as Loki. He's great in all these other stuff like the night manager. Again, I feel like he's a little bit kind of sleepwalking through it too. Not as much as Brie Larson, but they just kind of make him generic action hero.
Yeah, I couldn't get into them at all.
but all that was fine with me because Kong was
Exactly.
awesome. The Kong action I saw was great.
Yes.
Yeah, he was amazing in it.
All right, so I think consensus is Kong, not great characters, but great monster action fun.
Yes.
Yep.
Kaiju.
All right, what's next?
There you have it. If those reviews don't tell you all you need to know, then I don't know. Go see it or whatever. Who are we, your mom? Make your own decisions. Jeez, I'm just kidding. Kind of. When we get back, we've got our debate, and it's going to be a doozy, so don't go away.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You might be asking yourself, where did Matt go? And to that I say, I don't know. But anyways, because Beauty and the Beast came out to an insane amount of money, we're going to have ourselves a good old-fashioned Disney debate. Tonight's question is, what is the worst Disney princess movie? Now I want to clarify, this isn't just about who's the worst Disney princess. You have to tell me why your whole movie is worse than the others. And Chris, you know the rules. 45 seconds opening, whenever you're ready.
All right, my movie is The Black Cauldron. It came out in 1985, and this movie was so bad that on its opening weekend, it lost to the Care Bears movie. This was Disney at one of its lowest points before the Renaissance and Little Mermaid and movies like that came into play. Bad animation, very generic story about just stopping an evil king. The main character and the sidekicks are very annoying. One sounds like if Gollum was a hairball. Overall, it's just generic, and it's a movie with Disney princess in it, and they don't even give you any songs to sing. There is nothing memorable about this movie. There is nothing special or interesting. If you heard it, Disney
All right, time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Mike, you're ready?
Mm-hmm.
And go.
So mine is Sleeping Beauty, and Sleeping Beauty is like one of the most boring characters you could ever, like Disney princesses you'd ever meet. She didn't do much in the movie, and then she slept. And you have to have the prince come and rescue her. Like, you're gonna rescue her with a girl with a princess with no personality, no like a very helpless character. And he has to die fighting Maleficent, like trying to rescue her and wake her from her sleep. Like, what kind of Disney princess movie is this? Certainly not mine.
Okay. Matt, are you ready?
Okay.
Go.
Okay, well, I'm not Matt. I'm actually John. I'm Matt's replacement. But I think the worst Disney princess movie, I have to say, The Little Mermaid. I'm going with this because there was literally no character development in that entire movie. They poorly developed the character of Prince Eric. They don't even really let Ariel learn anything because she starts off as literally a foolish teenage princess mermaid, but she really doesn't even learn anything throughout her journey, and whatever she may have learned, Disney sure as heck did not really feel invested in that because we don't even see any of that in the other supporting materials that was published afterwards. So that's basically why I say she didn't learn anything, so this is probably not the best one.
All right, time. Sorry about that, John. I know you're John. All right, Tom. I know your name is Tom. Are you ready?
I'm good.
And go.
All right, if you want to talk about boring, generic Frozen, I mean, come on. This is just Disney being like, okay, we need to put out a anime movie. We need to put out a anime movie, guys. So what we're gonna do? Oh, we're gonna have two girls who will be princesses, right? And then we're gonna kill their parents because everyone's parents die. And then just the songs are so boring and generic. There's nothing fresh or new about them. Can't stand Frozen. That's all. I'm Tom.
All right. Nicely said. Everyone has spoken now. Whoever would like to comment on someone else's argument, you may begin now.
Okay, Tom.
Sleeping Beauty has some of the best of that. Not Sleeping Beauty. The Little Mermaid has some of the best songs in any Disney movie.
Hey, did I say great songs were bad?
And a great John.
Disney
Okay,
movie.
I'd like Okay, Frozen had good songs, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll say this: Little Mermaid did have very good songs, but there were really like poor characters.
How
And,
was
like,
it a poor character? She was a great Disney princess, Ariel.
But she didn't even learn anything. Whatever
Yes,
she
she
may have
did.
learned, she did. No, she did not.
She learned not to take offers from Ursula.
Oh yeah. So, oh yeah. Well, let's get some straight.
Whenever people
Whenever-
name some of the top Disney songs, they always go back to Under the Sea, because Under the Sea is a classic,
Under the Sea.
classic Disney song.
No one goes back to, I don't know, Circle of Life, Hakuna Matata.
Those two, but they also go
let's
back
see,
to Under the
New
Sea.
World.
Yeah,
And
why are you
Black
making it like
Cauldron, Black Cauldron, you gotta find that movie. That's a fun adventure ride.
It is not. And firstly, I'm going to point you on Sleeping Beauty, and that is a broad Disney movie, but it has one of the great two things about it. One, great animation. Second, one of the greatest Disney villains of all time, Maleficent.
Yeah.
I don't know about greatest Disney villains of all
She is considered
time.
one of the, that's why she is the main villain in Kingdom Hearts. The team that made that game thought she was so great they made her the main antagonist.
That's not even that great of a game.
All right, moving on.
Sleeping Beauty is a very important stepping stone to get us to later animated movies.
It's still generic, though. It doesn't count the fact that it's generic.
I mean, at the end of the day, Black Cauldron, the animation is terrible, especially considering how much money
It's
they paid on
fun.
it.
That's a fun movie.
It's a terribly animated. Everything looks muddied and unfocused. All these movies are gorgeously animated. Mine was made before the Disney Renaissance, time when Disney
It
was
only
filtering.
looks that dark way because it's due to the story. It only looks as dark.
No, it
because
looks
of how
mellow
it
because
was-
all Disney films back then looked like that. It was
Kids will
muddled,
watch,
it was
kids
messy,
will
it
watch
did not
that
look
movie
good.
and have fun with it. It's
No,
a
they don't.
fun
Really, anyone
kids
remembers the
version
Black
of World of
Cauldron?
Events.
Who is the
It's
villain of the
fun-
Black Cauldron?
I haven't seen the Black Cauldron, so I don't know, but it's a good ride. I can tell if
How
I
would
watch
you know
the
you've
trailer.
never seen it?
I
It's
watched
not
the
even-
trailer
you haven't
for
seen
it. I watched the trailer for it. It seems like a good
And it doesn't even
fun
count. It
adventure
doesn't even
ride.
count because it's not even a Disney princess
Black
movie.
Cauldron actually
that
does
is
No,
have
it
a
is
good
not.
villain. The
How is she
Horn
even
King.
like? She's
He's
not even
a
that
pretty
much of
good
the main character.
She doesn't have to be. Aladdin is a Disney princess movie. Jasmine isn't the main character. Aladdin is.
Yeah, but Jasmine's shown more than that girl in Black Cauldron.
She's still a main character. She's a main focus in the story. She isn't the main character. That would be the brat that is the main character that is annoying.
But she's not even a Disney princess. Not even a Disney princess movie.
She is a princess. She is
It's
a princess.
not even a princess.
Yes, she is. Princess Eveline or whatever. Her name is very difficult to pronounce. But it is a terrible movie. It has terrible characters. There are no songs in it at all. You know what you can say about these movies? They have great
Disney
songs.
animated movie doesn't have to have songs.
Yes, but it adds.
Black Cauldron has
to
better
it.
characters than Little Mermaid.
Black Cauldron has no character. They are cardboard cutouts. They are stereotypes.
still have
you
fun.
you have a annoying hairball that sounds like Gollum on
Annoying
meth.
But
hairball.
you
It
can
was
still
funny.
have fun with that movie. You can't have fun with Frozen because Frozen's just the same old, same old. It's
What do you mean
been there,
same old?
done that.
They
It's the same
show-
Disney formula.
Frozen
No, it
is
doesn't.
great.
Frozen's the same Disney formula.
No, they do not.
It's
They
the
do
s-
not have the main character fall in love with the prince and go down that route. They do something else. I'm not going to spoil in case you haven't seen Frozen yet. But they do a lot of twists on the classic Disney formula. Black Cauldron is literally just a
They
generic
kill the
fantasy
parents
world.
just like in every single Disney movie.
But that makes the
Within,
plot
like,
go okay. But
all
that's a
they do
small
is just kill the
element.
parents again.
Okay, but
Just
that's a
kill the
small
parents and
element. It
go,
doesn't
okay,
matter.
we're gonna have them like mope around and
You know
no,
what? Your
we're gonna
Frozen
have
has
Disney
Dawn in there,
princess
right?
still has her father.
It has great animation, some great characters, comic relief that isn't annoying in the form of
Oh,
Olaf.
Olaf's very annoying.
He's funny.
He's very annoying. Are you kidding me? Like Olaf, he's
Olaf is the best character in Frozen.
No, he's not.
Unlike a lot of comic relief has the problem is that they are loud and annoying, but Olaf is very quiet, very mellow, which makes him more interesting.
No, he's not. He's kind of walking. I'm Olaf. I'm a snowman.
He has his own song and everything.
Yes. The song's not good. None of the songs are good.
How is it
None
not
of
good?
the
It's funny.
all the songs are
All right, let's talk about Little Mermaid. Because we've ignored that for a while. Ariel, I agree, is not the best, but he has Ursula, a great antagonist. It has great animation and it started the Disney Renaissance.
Okay,
a great
Ursula
period
really
in
has
Disney
just
animation.
such a simple, really like just a simple goal, just to rule the ocean. Wow! So
But she
all she
was
wants to do
fun.
is rule all
She was
water on the
enjoyable to
planet.
watch
She
on
did-
screen,
and she was an
she has
interesting
poor-
character,
And she
too.
has Poor Unfortunate Souls, which is one of the best Disney villain songs ever made.
Yeah, she had an interesting character to her. Like it separates herself from all the other Disney villains.
Okay, tell me, what was so interesting about Ursula?
She was a drag queen.
That
Drag queen was a villain. That was great.
Drag
She was
queen's
based
all
on
I
one.
need to know.
And she
Drag
is a
queen,
great
I'm
and
all
fun
in.
antagonist. Because when you think, let's take a drag queen and an octopus squishing together into a villain, you wouldn't think that would work, but it does. 'Cause
does
it's
work.
great. It's well written.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Tell,
it's
all right,
horrifying because she's a villain.
Let's see.
It's horrifying.
It
because
works.
Apparently a
That's
drag
why it
queen.
works.
The three of you, what can you tell me about the Horned King, the antagonist of the Black Cauldron? What can you tell me about him?
He's a dark
He's a
figure.
good villain for the movie because he just.
Can you tell me anything that you can't?
He's a unique dark figure, unique dark
Unique? How is
villain.
he unique?
You see the hood over him? He has like a devilish kind of character.
All right,
But
guys.
is that interesting?
I think
Is it
that's
boring?
I think that's good for today. It's about all the time we have for that. Well, now, Chris, you only have 20 seconds to make your closing statement. Are you ready to do that?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Black Cauldron was one of the worst Disney films ever made. Terrible animation, not interesting characters, generic story, no songs. Just overall, a bad reminder of what happened to Disney before the Disney Renaissance.
All right, nicely said. Next up is Mike. You have 20 seconds. You ready? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Sleeping Beauty was a horrible Disney princess. I don't even know why the prince would even come to rescue this uninteresting princess. Find some other girl. That's what I do.
Okay. Now, next up is John. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
There is nothing compelling about Prince Eric. There is nothing compelling about Ursula, and there is nothing compelling about Ariel, and that is why Little Mermaid is the worst Disney princess movie.
Okay, time. Now, Tom, you're last. Make a closing statement. Ready?
Awesome, yeah.
Go ahead.
Frozen's just the same old, been there, done that again. All these movies, when they came out, they were doing something different and fun. You gotta have fun with all these movies. You can't have fun with Frozen. Frozen doesn't have good songs. You get bored watching because it's doing the same old Disney thing that they've done over and over and over again, and I'm tired of it.
All right, and that's time. It's time for me to make my decision based on the arguments presented, and the winner is 100% Chris.
Oh my God, really? Thank you so much. This is incredible. I love you all.
Yes, because I have no idea what the Black Cauldron is. I've never seen it.
Don't worry, very few people have.
So I agree. Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you.
We hope you had as much fun listening to us rag on Disney as we did. Good night, everybody. I hope you had a good time.